Hi everyone. Thanks for viewing my video. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the panda slice and dicing. So this is one of the very important major concept when you are playing around with the data set during the EDA process in your data science and machine learning implementation. Okay, and this is very interesting concept, and you can play around with a number of options in our pandas, and which is very powerful, as already we discussed a few other things in my earlier videos. So quickly we'll jump into that the demo as well as the concept. We'll discuss one by one now. So guys, actually, right? So how we have created the data frame and play around with that in the last video. So the slicing and dicing is nothing but to understand the complete data set, what in it, right? So if you're familiar with the SQL Server, so you can do all the selected statement by using the various combination of the classes, var class, having class, group by, so all those things, right? So the similar way you can do it to simple English statement by using the pandas library. So let's we just discuss about that. So the slicing is a process of selecting a subset from the given cube by choosing a single value or multi-value. It's a very important thing, right? And it's nothing but actually we're going to have like your column, or we can call it as a future. Since it's going to be a one-dimensional, we can create similar to that a small portion subset, right? So the picture representations looks like, see here, this is your data set, and you can make it a smaller cubes kind of stuff, like extracting the data, and you can analyze all those things. This is nothing but a slicing and dicing. The same way, dicing processor is a subcube by selecting a two or more rows, so that the multiple dimensions cubes we can create on that, right? Okay, cool here. So first, what I'm doing in earlier videos, you have seen how we have created data frame. Let me recap that. So this is my data set. So I have number, employee name, salary, designation, and location, and all. Right. So here we are going to extract few columns by simple statement employee underscore new, it's my data set, and open bracket colon, right? So this is nothing but actually we are going to extract the row from 0 to third row, right? So hope you know that like index starts from 0. So that's the reason be able to extract 0, uh, zeroth record and first record and second record, right? And here one more tricks I'll tell you later, because actually when you're using directly with the tree means the count starts from 0, so that we are stopping at, you got it, right? Okay. The same way here, so the same way here, we are going to extract the column as well as the row which starts from 2 to 5, right? So here, if I mentioned like there is a row comma column, basically if you look at that the documentation, so the data set which starts from row comma column, so you can make it as a row comma column, let's see like this. So data set open braces, start row, starting, okay, start row, it's a starting row, and in, which represents nothing but what exactly? It starts with any number and ending with that row, right? That index value, that's very important, right? Numbers, the count lines, very important. So let me quickly go through the other things, because we need to cover the most of things over this video. So I plan to do that. Okay, so here it's a 2 to 5, so that it started extracting the row, second row, third row, and fourth row, right? So actually speaking, this is nothing but a fifth row in my data set. Look at here. Look at here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fourth record, Rajesh, and all the details I'm extracting here so that I'm getting the values for the row in my table. Got it, right? Cool. The same way, the other options to get the values by mentioning the name of the column. That's very important, right? So the name of the data set and within the basis, and this is nothing but a list of items within the list, right? So here I'm mentioning what? Employee number and ED, so that I'm getting only the employee name and employee number and name. So slicing, selecting a specific column from the data frame with by representing what? The specific column name or feature, whatever you can call it. And now here it's an interesting thing, as I mentioned. So you can play around like your SQL DDL, DML statement, data manipulation language, right? So in SQL Server, so you can do with that, right? So as I promised earlier, definitely I'll planning to prepare that comparison of the SQL Server and Pandas with respect to the playing around the data frame. So that will be more interesting. Please give me some time, so I'll do that. Okay, fine. So here I'm mentioning my what? The column name, the salary is more than 15,000. So ultimately I'm getting, this is 20,000, 17,000, 16.5, right? 16,500. So if you look at it, look at the actual data frame. So here I have few people are less than 15,000. So that is a 10,000 and it's a 15,000 and 12,200. But this 15,000, I didn't get that. Why? Means I have mentioned here as a greater than 15,000. So if you make it like this, like greater than equal to, I will get the details. So sorry, I here. Okay, cool. Now get some error. Used to welcome. Oh, right. So I need to run this one because long time back I've executed. That is the reason. Come on, come on. So I started my server. So these kind of things is very important, guys. Actually, so when you're running this program, if you are getting error, you are good. You need to find out, figure out that. Like actually making the mistake sometimes is good for us, right? So you can learn the new things. Otherwise, just like that, it's straight away going hit and making the code is running successfully. But it doesn't matter how it is working fine. Let's see, like I've executed. So if the specific the Jupyter notebook the kernel is running, so we used to get this kind of symbol like a star. So wait for some moment. So it's a good experience for you guys as well. How it is working like the Jupyter notebook. All right. Where is our query? Yes, got it. See here, now I got that output 15,000, right? So one shot of things, right? So the specific notepad has been run long back and my anaconda's down and then I restarted yesterday so that the specific data frame not recognized by my okay, fine. So now I'm getting this one. So even I can remove this one into 15,000. So now I'm getting 3 records as expected here, right? And same way I can filter the values with the name of the employee, so-called Raja. So I'm getting just one record, right? So if you go with my name, Babu, yes, I'm getting correct. Okay, guys. So as of now, we have discussed about certainly that I mentioned earlier. It's a very simple language kind of stuff if you're familiar with the SQL DML operations. But On top of that, the Pandas providing very powerful the library options, which is called lock ilock. We used to say lock ilock. That's nothing but is a location specific. So the ilock and lock methods are used in slicing of the data from the data frame, obviously, right? So it helps in the convenient way to select the data from the data frame. As discussed earlier, actually starting index and ending index. But here you can extract the data left and right and center. That's very important thing, right? So because actually when you're playing around with doing what's that reporting things, those people are familiar with BI, that's business intelligence. So when you're creating reports in Power BI or Tab View or Click View, so all the things is going to be like the slice and dicing the data. So we need to know which record we have to extract. So basically, we used to develop a small SQL statement. But when the reports are submitted, the data has been created and an ETL process on Azure platform and give it to the Power BI. So no need to go to the SQL server and do all the things. So we have our Pandas, all the libraries, so we can use this ilock and lock. Directly you can extract the data and you can display it. Very flexible. Let's see that. So here first one is employee name underscore employee underscore new dot ilock of 0. So obviously this is nothing but my first record. So it extract the 0th row from the data frame. Good. The same way here I'm mentioning the lock colon 0, right? So this is very similar to that what we have done without like straight away we extract the data in earlier examples. So this is going to be just ending with 0. Obviously, I'm ending with 0 with just one record, isn't it? So it's going to be your index, correct? Good. So we got this record. And same way here, other example. So I have put up a lot of examples here. So 0 to 1 means just 2 records. But this same way for point or like sorry, so colon 3. So I'm getting like must note it. So there is a major difference between the normal extracting the data and using the lock method. It's a very important thing. It will extract exactly the record, number of records at ending record. So it refers the overall record plus including that record, right? So here I'm getting 0, 1, 2, 3. That's very, very important, right? It's very, very important. So when I'm making 0, 1, 2, 3 here, so I'm mentioning record 3 records. So it's mentioning, see, look at here. Look at here. 0 means 0 means I'm getting 0 record, and 0, 1 means 1 and 0 and 1 record. And here I'm not mentioning any starting point. I'm giving the range 3, right? So index 3, third index number 3. So when the normal way when I extracting the data, I can get till 3 count 1, 2, 3. But here if it is 3 means index value, right? That's the index number, and the other one is number of values from the 0. Very important. Okay, cool. The same way for here 1, 2, 3. So that I don't want to go through each and everything because there are so many options are given for you guys. So this one is 0 to 4. Yes, I getting the same thing. I don't repeat anything. And here, which is nothing but actually 2, 3. So in the slices, see, look at the specific the diagram, right? So this is very important thing, right, guys? So I log row comma column. This is the row, and this is the individual things are row, and this is your column, right? So index I log log row comma column means so this specifies this column and the row, right? So df dot log 2, 5 means this is nothing but what? Line data point over here, right? And the same way, if I'm mentioning iloc of 1, 1 means this is the 1, because this is 0, this is 1. This is 0, this is 1, right? The same. Got it? So if you're extracting this one, the same way, the entire record 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 means The second row, the column 1, 2, 3, 4 will get that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need to, not a problem. So we'll have a sample, so we'll go through that directly. Okay, so where we left, yeah. So this one to extract specific items from the my data frame. And the same way here, location 1, 2, 3 as a list of values. So I'm getting first record, third record, and fifth record. See here, I'm getting, right? And the same way, here as well, you can mention the salary details. This is a simple thing. But in the real example, we never used a lock statement, but we're using lock. But this one will extract the data specifically, slicing it as from the, okay, cool. And this is the other one, the selecting the row from 1 to 4 and column 2 to 4, right? So look at here. So 1 to 5, right? Right. So here I'm getting 1. Let me run this. Right. So this is actually, so when started using the combination of row and column, and it's again referring the index position. That's very important. The index. So if I mention this one like 0 to 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the numbers will go run by the count will be 5, but your count will be 5, but the row will be like from the index 0. So let's see this one. So you can get clear about that, right? So this is nothing but it's a very simple way to extract the data. If you are specifying directly the range of the column and range of the futures, column and rows, right? And same way here, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. So you are extracting this one. And this is as well, actually, this is one I have showed in my picture. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be my second row, isn't it? What is my second row in my data frame? Look, can we look at this one now? Yeah. This is my second index page, right? So that's a way I'm getting what? Here. Yeah. I'm getting value with Kumar, 20,000 project manager, Chennai, all the details. Right, guys? So again, now it's going to be a ILOC. Okay. So ILOC is very similar to that. You can execute this way, right? So I have just a few examples, like some major between ILOC and lock. So I'll show that below example. So you can, because most of the time we use ILOC, that is a fast and effective one, right? So this is also, it's very similar to that. The second row, right? And I'm mentioning what is that? The exactly which columns, right? So first, that I mean like is of index values 1 and 3, right? So that I'm getting Kumar and just two things. Which one that? So here 1 and this index value 0, 1, 2. Got it? So that's the reason. The same way for this one, ILA. So from 1, 2 and 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So that I'm getting third column, fourth column. Sorry, as per this one index value 0, 1, 2. So salary is a third one, right? So 1, 2, 3. So index, don't confuse with that, right? So salary, designation, and location. And what are the rows I need? Row 1, 2, right? And the same way for the other examples, the range. So here, see, if you look at this, the difference between iLock and lock. See, lock, I'm mentioning 0, sorry, no column, no value specified, and 3. So when I'm running this one, I'm getting 0, 1, 2, 3, right? If I'm mentioning this one, exactly, it started printing what? 0, 1, 2. So this is very similar to the statement which we have executed earlier before iLock, slice, dice, and dicing. You got it, right? So before we used just straight away, if you are using the column name and how we are getting the value, same way for iLock. But iLock, the powerful one, so that actually we used to extract the data instead of directly accessing the data set, so that we used to have iLog or log. That's mine. So you can use that iLog so that it will give exactly this 0, 1, 2, 3 count. And if using a log, it makes sense that till the index number 3. If you are using iLog means it displays the count value 3. Make it clear. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this specific video with respect to the iLog. So please leave your comments and do subscribe if you're not. So please, so we have so many things to discuss about the pandas, right? So thank you guys and have a great day. We'll get back to you guys with the next video, right? So thank you and